Hi family, it's Regina, and this is not a rehome or declutter. This is an homage to my apparently favorite perfumer, Dominique Ropion. So if you're not into those kinds of where I'm gonna be basically fangirling all over the work that this man has done, you probably should cut it off now. But if you want something different, stick around, because I am going to be talking through the fragrances that I have from this master perfumer, why I love them, and the handful of others on my list that I don't have but are on my wish list. You may want to stick around. In any case, if it's your first time, welcome back. If you're coming back for another visit, glad to have you here. Let's get into it. So let me give you some backstory, because obviously I had no idea who Dominique Ropion was when I got into fragrances a mere year and a half ago. However, I fell in love, as so many of us did, with YSL's BabyCat. And wouldn't you know, he is a perfumer for YSL BabyCat. And that started me to thinking. If you've been following me, you know that I have approximately 600 to 700 fragrances, but so many of my absolute favorites seem to have his name attached to them. I had to go do the research, did the research on Fragrantica. Mr. Ropion has 350 fragrances that he has created for all different houses. Out of the 350 fragrances that Mr. Ropion has created, I have 15 of them. 12 of them are here with me, and I'm going to talk you through them. I'm going to take you through them, tell you what I love about them. The very fact that he is a perfumer is enough for me, but and then I'm going to tell you the ones on my list that I have not gotten yet that I'm looking to buy at some point in the future. The one that really spoke to me was in 1984. Yeah, I know. Some of you probably aren't even old enough to be here for then. Anyway, I was an adult. My favorite fragrance was Ysatis by Givenchy. Looks like that. Oh, the nights I wore this going out partying. Oh, yes, he created this. I did not even know. Of course not. They didn't tell you who the perfumer was then. You just smelled something and you fell in love with it. I fell in love with Ysatis. I have this as an honorary tribute to that fragrance. Obviously, it is not from 1984. They continue to make it. I'm sure they have reformulated it. It does not smell as heavy as it did then, because then it was a 4 spray behind the ears, on the wrist. I was good to go for the night, and I could still smell it on my clothes the next day. Now, this is the ghost of Ysatis. It is not nearly as heavy, but it is a more date night, late night, winter fragrance for sure. I mean, back in the 80s, I didn't know anything about wearing this in the summer. If I was going out, I was wearing this. The only thing I wore then. But Ysatis was my first love. Next, because these are in no order, I'm just going through them. Next is Elie Saab, is one of my favorite designers. And I've loved the fragrances that he has come out with under his name. And Girl of Now is a Dominique Ropion creation. I told you, I'm just gonna fangirl it here, y'all, because this is an orange blossom baby. Oh, love this. This orange blossom, it's fresh. I mean, like, but he didn't stop there, because he also did Girl of Now Forever, which is this one, because I also have this one, because I love the Girl of Now DNA. You can see a trend, right? I'm going to stop. He did all of these that I'm going to talk about. This one. Now, again, I didn't know that he did this until I went and pulled up his list on Fragrantica. Oh, this is more citrus. Citrus fruity, but still fantastic. Paco Rabanne, which if you've seen another video that I've done, Paco Rabanne is one of my favorite male designers. Love him. I have fame. I have several of his fames, but I got rid of a few too. However, he also did Olympea, or Olympea, whatever you want to call it. Now this is salty, and I forget which one this is. I forget which one, which flavor. But it was the one I wanted to keep out of the group that I had when I was going through them. Yeah, this is a little saltiness to it, but it's still delicious. Like salted almond. It's just lovely. Am I in the ones that I'm doing, have I detected any similarities in his DNA yet? No, honestly, I have not. These are all different enough to me that I'm not getting. Although the Girl of Now with the Olympea, there is some slight similarities as they're getting to the dry down. But the top notes, no, I'm not seeing anything similar. How dare he come out with my favorite BDK, which is Vanilla Leather. Yes, you did that too. Guys, you see this dent? Yeah, that's my dent. I did that. I love this fragrance. I think I have a Barka. It's a crap sprayer, and I'm spraying way too much. This is Vanilla Leather Tonka, but the vanilla is not too sweet. It's a mature, definitely fall fragrance to me. Let's talk about, he actually did work for Navitus. He did raise spirits for Navitus. And if you saw my rant with Navitus, I was mad at them. But then I ended up keeping most of the fragrances because I'd already spent the money. I'm reading the notes because I need the notes, but there's tobacco, which I think is what I'm getting. That sort of, there's a ripe tobacco leaf in this. There's also some sweetness. I do see a similarity between Ray Spirits and BDK Vanille Leather. So that's interesting. That's my first connection, even though I don't think they have anything similar notes, but maybe there is obviously there is a DNA that's starting to flow through. Let's keep going. He also did Lalique Le Parfum. And you know how much I love my aesthetic. So this is just a beautiful box with the red cord around it and a nice little emblem on the cap. I just love the way it looks. And even if you didn't have very many fragrances, like this would be beautiful sitting on your dresser. And I love that. Ooh. Oh, that's a nice sprayer too, guys. Look at that. This is coming through with something fresh. Bergamot, citrus, something at the top is fresh. And then there's floral. This, I believe, came out like in 2005. So this is an older fragrance, but still just as relevant today. Ooh, a little bit of pepper in there. Interesting. Yes. Gorgeous. I told you, I'm gonna fangirl. This next one is YSL Supreme Bouquet, which even on the packaging, it says tuberose and ylang ylang. And it looks like that. And this came out in 2017, even though it had come out earlier as a different variation in 2013. And now this is, I believe, is a part of the clothing wardrobe line. Ooh. But see, it has pepper. What I'm seeing is that quite a few of these have pepper and bergamot in the top or mid. And then this one goes, obviously the tuberose and ylang ylang come in because it veers off into a more floral heavy scent, but the pepper is still under there. I will be honest, I like this. I need to wear this. It's not one of my favorites, but I still like it. That's why I keep it with the list. Oud de Carthage by Boucheron. This one actually was introduced in 2017. It is one that I recently took through my yay or nay process, and it ended up staying because I think the oud is so beautifully done here. It was not crazy oud to me. Oh no, it's not. It's like incense. It really is. It's so mild with the incense, and there's no oud in terms of, there's nothing here. It's gorgeous. And I had said originally, and I still hold to be true, this can be unisex. This I think is probably more of a fall winter fragrance, but it is still stunning. This one, Laboratorio Olfatttivo Vanagloria, came out in, I believe, 2021. It's talking about vanilla here, so I'm hoping there's going to be some vanilla in it. Oh, nice wide spray, you guys. Look at that. Oh, it's got saffron. I now know what saffron smells like in the beginning. Some would call that BR540 DNA. This would probably move to Supreme Bouquet not being my favorite, only because I'm not a fan of saffron. And I'm waiting for the saffron to die down and the vanilla to kick in, because I'm not getting any vanilla. This, out of the group, would be the only one I would consider rehoming, only because I don't like saffron. But let's give it some time. Al-Jazeera Grand Palais. This one came out in 2018, obviously created by Mr. Ropion. Love it. This is, like I said, 2018, good sprayer, nice wide. Citrus, that hint of pepper that I think is something that has become a signature in the top, and some red fruit. And then there's some really mild florals. I don't know why I'm not wearing this one, other than the fact I have so many I haven't worn yet, but I need to. This is great, Grand Palais. Now what I didn't have here, because I couldn't find it, is I couldn't find Amouage's Vanilla Barka, which I gotta tell you, is a little bitty thing this big, and it's expensive as hell. And I didn't think it smelled all that great. It doesn't smell like anything. I gotta find it. I will try it again. I'll see what I think. Okay, let's wrap up this fan fest with BabyCat. There are no words. It is vanilla. It is incense. It is smoky. It is heavy. It is unmistakable. Let's spray this. Oh yeah, I have a big bottle. Yeah, I have a big one. Ooh, nice strong sprayer, mister. Love it. But see, maybe the pink pepper is his thing, because this, obviously that is the top notes of BabyCat, that it comes off incredibly pepper heavy, incense heavy, almost gasoline-y, if you will. For me, the pepper, and then there's also saffron in here, is what keeps it from being a top 5 or top 10 for life for me. I need to wait until it dries down, and then all those other scents drift away, mellow. Then it moves into just a gorgeous vanilla. There are a few that he has done that I don't have, that I'm on the hunt for. And as soon as I find them, I'm going to add them to the collection. Let's see. I have a little list here. What we do in Paris. I've been looking for that for a year and a half, honestly. Art Deco by Al-Jazeera. I'm sure I'm going to love the bottle. Let's talk about the one that I don't have, that I have smelled repeatedly, and it's the only one so far that I don't like, and that's Portrait of a Lady. And I know people have talked about that as being like a masterpiece, and I'm sure it is, but to my nose, it is not. Acqua di Gioia, when I want to smell. I've heard great things about it. I just haven't had the chance to smell it. L'Interdit, I have not smelled it. I don't know why. Just not. It's not really on my list. Ysatis Iris, I would love to check out. I didn't even know that existed. Another Ysatis flanker. Hello. It's on a couple of juice box that I may actually try to smell, but the one that I have that I want to find is Reine de Saba Aksum. I would love to see if I remember what that smells like and add it into this list here of all the fragrances by Dominique Ropion that I have. What I said when I started was that I was not planning on getting rid of any of these. However, Vanagloria is definitely on the chopping block. That will be decluttered. You will not see that again. And Supreme Bouquet, I need to wear it because Tuberose and Ylang Ylang for me are a little weird. Everything else are true loves. Ray Spirits might be another questionable, but we'll get to that later. If you'd like to see a different perfume, and that's all I gotta say is how much I enjoy this man and his fragrances. All right, you guys, I'm just gonna end it here and say thank you for my fangirl episode. And if you were here through it, thanks for joining me on it. We will see you in the next one. Cheers.